You know, the infinite banking concept, or IBC, it's not a product at all. It's not some get-rich-quick scheme. It is a process. Specifically, it's a process of you taking back the banking functions in your life. Think about it this way. You go out and you work hard. You earn money, and then what happens? Your money goes into a traditional bank because that's where you were told to put it. And what do they do with it? The bank? Well, they lend your money out. They invest your money. They make money with your money that you worked so hard for. Meanwhile, what do you get? Well, you get a fraction of a percent of interest. Maybe you get a couple pennies a month. I mean, come on, let's be real. That is what we're doing. We're putting money in the bank and the bank is making all the money. But you're doing all the work and they're getting all the profits. You see, the infinite banking concept flips that. It puts you in the position of the bank. You own the system. You control the money and you earn the uninterrupted compounding interest, even when you're using the money. Now, I know that was a lot to say for 1 second, but just let that sink in. Hey, you're gonna wanna stay to the end of this video because I got a special giveaway for you and it's something you're gonna want, but hang in there till the end. Here's the first shift that you need to make in order for all of this to start making sense for you. You gotta change one thing, and that is where your money goes first. That's it. Right now, when you make money, your money goes in someone else's bank. Then you spend it, or you invest it, or you use it to pay a bill. But with the infinite banking concepts, your savings goes into a specifically designed and engineered whole life insurance policy first. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but stay with me. This is not your grandpa's life insurance. This isn't the life insurance your broke-ass brother-in-law tried selling you. This is a specially designed, high cash value, dividend-paying, contractually guaranteed policy from a mutually owned company that pays dividends. Any questions? Well, probably why do you use that? Well, let me tell you why. It gives you guaranteed growth. You get paid dividends. They're tax advantaged. In other words, tax-free growth. It's liquid access to your money, and most importantly, uninterrupted compounding growth. So how much should you be saving? Maybe you're asking that. Well, if we go back to the laws of wealth, it says you must keep 10% of what you make. So if you make $100,000, that's $10,000. Simple? But here's a quick shortcut that we use when creating your private banking system. If you're between the age of 30 and 60, you should save 10 times your age per month. So if you're under 30 or over 60, make that 15 times your age. Let's give you an example. So if you're 40 years old, just add a 0 to your age. That's 400. That means $400 a month would be the amount. Now let's go back to 25. Remember, that's 15 times. So that would be $375 a month. If you're 65 or older, that's $975 a month. If you can save monthly, great. Or you might want to do it all at once or do it annually. That would be called a dump-in. Taking money that's sitting in a bank and dumping it into your own bank. So now, once you fund your policy, it starts growing. It starts building something called cash value. And that cash value is liquid. It's accessible and it belongs to you. You can borrow up to 90% in most cases of your cash value. Often you can do that right away, immediately in the first 30 days. And here's the key. When you borrow from your policy, the full cash value, all of it, continues to earn interest and dividends. So even while you're using the money, you're still earning money. That's called uninterrupted compounding interest. It's the foundation of how real wealth is built, but most importantly, real wealth is kept. You see, it's not about how much you make, it's about keeping it. So what do you do with the loan? Well, start with debt. Pay off your credit cards, your high interest loans, your personal lines of credit. So let me give you an example. Let's just say you had a $50,000 credit card, okay? And they were charging you 25% interest. What you would do is you'd borrow from your policy. If you had 50 grand, you'd borrow the 50 grand, you'd pay off that credit card. Then you would make the monthly payment that you were paying the credit card, but you'd pay it back to your bank, your private banking system. You control all the money. And because you're paying your bank, you're making the same payment you paid Visa or the credit card to yourself. You see, you send them back to your private banking system, not their bank. You just became your own credit card company, in other words. In other words, you're paying yourself all the interest. You own the debt. You are the debt consolidator. You are the bank. And remember, while you're repaying the loan, your full balance, yes, your full cash value, is earning interest and dividends. One side's going up, the growth, and the other side is going down, the loan balance. And you're doing that with the exact same dollars you were doing before. It's win-win in both directions. But let's go one step further. Once the debts are paid off, your system is still growing. And now it's time to use it to finance the rest of your life. Things like cars. I love talking about using it for cars. If you use this to finance your cars, you get all the money back for all the cars you buy, drive, and own. How about appliances? No longer financing them? Use your bank. Vacations, college, even your home. So let's say you want to buy a $30,000 car. You go in and you ask the dealership, hey, what's the best monthly payment that you can give me over a 5-year term? And they tell you $600 a month at 7.2% interest. And you think to yourself, perfect. Because now you take a loan from your bank, you buy the car. You make the exact same payment you would have paid them, $600 a month at 7.2% over 5 years, and you pay that back to your bank. You control all the money, you lost none of it, and you, not Ally Bank, not Capital One, are the one getting the money. You own the car. Your cash value never stopped growing, and you recaptured every single dollar you normally would have given away. That is how you get all the money back for every single car you buy, drive, and own. And guess what? You can do the same thing with your spouse's car. She would love that. Your kid's car, they might thank you, maybe they won't. And even their college tuition. You see, you've built your own family banking system. Now it's time to teach your kids how to be their own banks. And this starts at a young age. My daughter's 5. I'm teaching her. When your kid wants their first car, loan them the money from your policy. Have them repay that money monthly. Let them know that you're getting all the money back for that car that they're driving. Let them see that. You see, they learn financial responsibility and they want to be the bank then because they want to keep all the money. And you keep all the money in your family this way. This is how generational wealth is built, and this is how generational wealth is protected. Become the lender, become the bank. Eventually, your system will have more capital than you need. And that's when you start lending to others. Real estate investors, business partners, private borrowers. You become the bank. The ultimate in real estate has and always will be being the bank. You see, you collect the interest. You control the terms. Thou with the gold makes the rules. And if you don't know who to lend to, well, we've got you covered. Visit privatemoneyclub.com. It's a marketplace, the first of its kind, where people who have money connect with people who need money for real estate deals. It's simple. It's like a dating site for money. And it's a great way for you to grow your wealth just like a bank. I have a real world example I want to tell you, but before that, let's do something else. Right now, click that little subscribe button, and right above, there's a little bell. What I want you to do is I want you to smash that bell. Heads up. Smash that bell so you're notified every single time I put out new content. Let's get into this real world example. You see, this was a chiropractor who saw us. He saw us at an event, and he came to us with a real world problem that I'm sure a lot of you have. He sat us down and he said, hey, I've got a problem. I've got $478,000 in debt, and I want to pay it off. And he then told us he was saving $25,000 a year in his savings account and also his 401k. If he used traditional savings, that 25 grand, to pay off his debt, it would have taken him 19 years by the math. What we said was, using the infinite banking concepts, we think we can do this in a little over 6 years because we'd run the math. Same income, no extra work, no extra risk. All he did is change one thing, and that is where his money went first. This example is one of my favorites, but let's bring it all together. The infinite banking concept is a process. It is not a product. It is not a trend. It is not a hack. It is not a scam. It is disciplined. It is a disciplined, repeatable system for saving money, using that money wisely, I will say, and then recapturing every single dollar that you today are giving away to someone else's bank. You got to fund your own bank. You got to finance your life. You got to grow your wealth and always protect your family, all while keeping your money in your control. Here's how you get started. Watch the 90-minute training in the description above. Book a free call with us and our team, and we'll go over your situation. Maybe your situation's like the chiropractor. Maybe it's different. We can solve all different things. And if you're ready to lend, create a profile. Go on privatemoneyclub.com. It's totally free, and create a profile. And here's one more thing. Oh yeah, you already hit the subscribe button, so don't worry about that. And here's one more thing. Drop a comment below with your questions. Let us know what videos you want us to create. I got one final word. For your whole life, they have told you that the only way to get ahead was to work harder, work longer, take on more risk. But now, you know that's not the truth. The real path to wealth is through ownership, through control, and through compounding interest. Albert Einstein laid it out for us. It's time for you to take back control of your money. It's time for you to be your own bank and to let your money work harder than you ever could. Because it doesn't get tired. It doesn't sleep. Your money never takes a vacation. Your money just works for you. But it's time you learn how to make it work for you. Let's build your banking system. Let's create your legacy, and let's do it together. Now hold on a second. Don't forget, I said it earlier, I've got a special giveaway for the action takers. Those of you who have made it this far, and that giveaway is my brand new children's book that I wrote with Hannah Kessler. It's called The Companion. It's a fun read, and both of you, your kid and you, are gonna get a ton out of this. It's designed to spark the imagination, plant the seeds of truth early on in your children. So, it's going to be a ton of fun to read together, but here's how you get a copy of this. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. You cannot get a copy unless you're subscribed, so click that little button. Okay, now what you need to do is go down and put the book, that's right, the book in the comments below. And what we're going to do is we're going to reach out to you, we're going to get the details so that we can send one of those books your way. All you have to do is pay the shipping, and then we're going to send you the book totally free.